In this video, we will go through the process of setting up a survey. On the left-hand side of the screen, select Campaigns from the Configure menu panel. Here you can see a list of all the campaigns associated with your account. Click New Campaign at the top right. Enter a name for this campaign. You can choose the campaign type here. For creating a survey, we will choose Survey from the drop-down menu. This will enable another step in the new campaign wizard where you can set up your survey. Campaign state refers to whether the broadcast is active and ready to be dialed or paused. Click on the music note to assign the audio file for this campaign. Audio selection. Here you can select any audio file currently in your account. Note, the answer message of your survey will serve as the introduction. This part of the audio will not have any keypad responses activated as it is simply the introduction portion of the survey. When finished, the system will move to the first question that you set up in the survey creation portion of the wizard. You can also upload new audio files from this menu. Once you have found the audio file you want, double-click to assign it. You may repeat this process for the machine message if you also want to leave a broadcast on an answering machine. For a survey, you will want a separate recording for answering machines that does not lead into the survey. Click Next when this is complete. Setting your dialer options. Click on Select Caller ID to open the Caller ID menu. In this screen, you can select the caller ID that you want to use for this broadcast. Double-click to assign it. You can also create a new caller ID from this menu. Here you can set the number of phone lines to dial on in the max ports field. 150 to 200 is generally sufficient for most broadcasts. Some rural areas may need to operate at a lower number of ports so as to not overwhelm older telephone infrastructure. The number of ports can be changed at any time during the broadcast from the main campaign screen. You can adjust what records get redialed, how many passes you would like to do, and the ring duration in seconds. Click Next when complete. Scheduling your broadcast. Here you can choose the schedule for your broadcast. You can select a global schedule from the drop-down menu. If you want to create a custom schedule for this broadcast, select Custom Schedule. If creating a custom schedule, you can select the schedule time zone. The default is local time relative to lead. This will dial each phone number according to the schedule within that phone number's specific time zone. There is also the option to select a specific time zone for the schedule. This will call all the numbers in your list at the time that you set. However, it will only dial numbers within the legal dialing window. Next, you will drag the slider bars for each day to your desired broadcast time frame. Click the X on any days you do not wish to broadcast on. Click Next when complete. Assigning phone lists to your broadcast. On this page, you can assign one or more phone lists that you want to dial for this campaign. Simply click the checkbox for every list that you want to assign to this campaign. When done, click Next in the bottom right. Note, if you have not uploaded a phone list for this campaign, you can upload it and assign it in the next step. Survey creation. After completing the standard campaign setup, you will reach the survey setup portion of the wizard. Here you can begin structuring your survey questions and the audio files and keypad responses for each question. To begin setting up your survey, click the Add Question button to add your first question. Description is the name of the question. This is how it will appear in any summaries and statistics within the platform. Report header is the name that will be assigned to this question's data column in your dial detail download. The dial detail download is the raw data extract that will contain all the responses for this question. Question audio is the field that you will assign this question's audio file to. With the first question level now set up, we will add the key press responses for this question. Click Add option found below the question on the right-hand side. Assign the DTMF number to the key on the phone's keypad that will be associated with an action. To the right is a text box where you can label the DTMF response for reporting purposes. The following actions are available when creating a survey in the platform. DTMF actions. Next. This is the default action. It will forward the response to the next question in the survey. Go to question rank. This action forwards the responder to a specific question. It allows you to build multiple survey branches. This action can only select questions currently set up in the survey. It is best if you set up all the questions in the survey before setting multiple branches. Transfer. This action forwards the respondent to an external number after a key has been pushed. You can input the transfer number beside the action. There is also a checkbox that you can select if you want the transferred calls recorded by the system for quality and informational purposes. These recordings will be available within the system by running a transfer detail report under the Reports module. As well, they are available as separate WAV files for each successful transfer in your dial detail download report. Do not call. This is an action that is integrated with our DNC Manager. When this response is selected by a respondent, the data is recorded in your dial detail download as a do not call entry and is automatically added to your DNC Manager to be scrubbed out of any further calling. Repeat message. This action will initiate a replay of the question audio that it is linked to. End. This action will result in an abrupt end to the survey. Survey Creation Part 2. After configuring your first question, you can add another question to your survey by clicking the Add Question button again. You can set your definition and options for this question just as you did for the first question level. You may repeat this process for as many questions as you desire for the survey. Survey Outro. It is considered a best practice to include a thank you or closing message at the end of your survey. This is done by adding a question at the end of your survey and uploading the thank you audio message without adding any options to the question. When the last question is set up with audio but no DTMF responses, the system will play the audio message and then disconnect the call. As with every setting in the platform, after saving the campaign, you can double-click to reopen it and adjust your settings. Navigate to the Survey Questions tab in the campaign configuration to review and change the survey questions you have set up. Activating your survey. Your survey is now ready to launch. Select your campaign by double-clicking on it. Here you can review the details of your broadcast. You can use the tabs at the top of the page to make any necessary changes to the survey. You can also change the audio message under Audio Settings or dialing options under Additional Settings. Before the campaign is set to active, always make sure to do a test call. In the top right-hand side of the screen, click Test Call. Here you can put in the phone number that will receive the test call. You can choose to have a results email sent to you. The system will now send a test call for you to review your survey. It may take a moment for the system to send the call. Note: all survey responses are active during testing. The questions, branching, and transfer options can be tested with the test call to ensure your survey will broadcast as intended. When you're satisfied with the settings and have done a test call, select the drop-down menu beside Campaign State and set it to Active. Click Save in the top right and your broadcast will initialize for sending. Your survey is now active and will begin dialing in your defined schedule.